Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Wrestling is Cool podcast, the coolest wrestling podcast on the planet. I'm Santi, that's Sancho. Sancho has been singing Judas for the past 3 minutes prior to hitting record, and of course is still bringing that energy to this show. What's up, man?
Hey, question. What is the best sing-along wrestling theme? We always talk about best wrestling themes of all time, but what's the one that the crowd, when they sing along with it, it just hits? I think Judas is up there. That the moment when Judas sing and then they go Judas in my mind, and then that moment's awesome.
Yeah, Judas is fantastic. I guess I have to ask, what qualifies as singing along? For example, I ask because,
Sure.
would you consider people chanting "You Suck" to Kurt Angle's theme, singing along to it, right?
That's more of a complimentary piece, though.
It's okay. All right. That's why I want to figure out the parameters here.
Yes.
Okay. So Judas is fantastic. AEW fans have made singing Cope's theme pretty sweet as well, a pretty awesome, awesome.
They
event.
know the words.
Yeah. But I like Judas more for that. I'll say that. From WWE sing-along theme, that the thing is that it depends because you usually only get people singing along in the European crowds nowadays. The American crowds for WWE shows don't really tend to sing along.
We got Brock. They did Brock Lesnar's theme. That was sick.
That was awesome. Absolutely super cool. They routinely do Cody's theme, right? Especially once it ends, they take it to the next woe.
Mm-hmm.
Oba's theme isn't really singing along. That's more, kind of Kurt Angle-ish, adding complimentary. Yeah, man, I'm having a tough time coming up with one that's a better sing along than Judas.
What about Randy Orton voices? People sing voices pretty well.
Yeah, I don't know the lyrics of it. It's funny. I've known that song for I've obviously heard that song for 20 years, and I still don't know the lyrics.
I hear voices in my head.
They talk to me, or here's the thing: I don't know is it they talk to me, they understand, or they comfort me, they understand. I don't know.
You said comfort me?
Comfort me. Comfort.
Oh, comfort me. I thought you said comfort me.
They might comfort me. I don't know. Okay, hang on. Let's figure out Randy's lyrics, okay? Because it's been too long. And
comfort me. Comfort me.
Randy Orton theme song, lyrics. All right, we're figuring this out right now. Voices.
They talk to me. I know that part.
Oh my God. It's not even it's I hear voices in my head. They counsel me. They understand. See what I mean?
Your Honor,
I do declare, this is not what I was expecting, Your Honor. I didn't think this was an option. So I hear voices in my head. They counsel me. They understand. They talk to me. So yeah, I was wrong on both regards. It's not they talk to me. They understand. It's not they comfort me. They understand. It's they counsel me. They understand. I don't know, man. As much wrestling as I've watched, I've always just been bad at lyrics, just in general.
All right, here we go. What old WWE theme would be a banger sing-along now? I think Batista's theme would be that one, right?
Yeah, I walk for miles inside the spirit of danger. Jeff Hardy's No More Words is pretty sweet to sing. I just like that song in general. I don't know that crowds would sing it.
Okay. What about 1, 2? Is this one? Yeah, boy, that Triple H.
I don't know that that's a great sing-along song.
My time. Or D-Generation X done though, right?
Yeah, that's not a great sing-along song either. You think that's a great sing-along song? I didn't think it was.
There's a difference from a sing-along song and anthem. I think you know what I mean, like a
stadium. Sure. Yeah, man. It's interesting because you think of for example, Jey Uso's song. People do kind of sing along to it. It's just me, Us, and doing the day one, it's just me, Us. But that's the only part of the song that they sing.
Wait, they would go yeah, ding, the dong, the dong.
No, I don't think that they do the other parts. I think they just do it's just me, Us, day one-ish, and bob their arms up and down.
Have you heard of the Undertaker's theme that had him laughing in the beginning? He's like, ha, 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 ha. And he would have some.
That sounds very Death Rebel-ish.
It's his Ministry of Darkness theme. And it's like dun 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 dun.
Oh, I love the
dun.
Ministry of Darkness theme, but I didn't know there was a version where he laughed at the beginning.
It starts out with like ha ha ha.
Yeah, I like the Ministry of Darkness theme. Yeah, man. I think the runaway answer here is Judas. I mean, how did we not talk about Cult of Personality? Crowds recently have been singing Cult of Personality.
You're right. But you have to credit AEW though, right?
Were they? Yeah. They were singing Cult of Personality probably like first. Like I don't remember crowds in the 2010s singing Cult of Personality in WWE, but in AEW they definitely were.
I do feel that the WWE's lack of lyrics lately hurt a lot of current superstars because Broken Dreams, I know Drew doesn't want to use it anymore, or maybe he can't, but Broken Dreams would have been a banger to sing along to.
You know what? That's like my one thing where like I'm on an island. I never like Broken Dreams.
Oh my God.
Oh no, I like it as a song. I'm like, that's not an exciting entrance theme. Sounds like I don't know. It sounds like a love song. It's like I feel like I'm about to get caressed by Drew McIntyre, not annihilated by him. That sounds weird.
What about Kane?
I did not just forget what I just said.
Forbidden thoughts from Santi. Oh, you miss Drew, don't you? Yeah, you do.
I want to. Yeah, I'm over here waiting to get annihilated by him.
Coming out with his big Claymore sword. Come on with that big Claymore, like, all right.
I mean, I've always wondered, when he comes out for his multiple like back-to-back WrestleMania street fights, like, bro, just use the sword. Just use it. You just kill the dude, like especially on it was an unsanctioned match. You couldn't have gotten sued. It's fine. Use the sword, Drew. Yeah.
Okay. Drew is the Mountain. No, the Hound. He'd be a great Hound.
He would be a great Hound. Yeah.
He's too pretty to be the Hound, though. I think that's the part of it, though, right? Because wasn't the Hound pretty, and then he got burned in his face?
No, the Hound was ugly and got burned. Like Clegane's were like ugly, like harsh-looking men.
But then he got double ugly.
He got double uglied, yes.
Double ugly. But
Dudley.
But Dudley. But Drew is too pretty to be the Hound. Then
you could burn him up. You could screw him up a little bit, make him look ugly.
What about that one dude that Daenerys gets with? The one they got switch out actors. You know what I mean?
Oh, Dario Naharis. In the books, he's supposed to have like a bright blue beard.
A big blue beard. Yeah. Why did he have a big blue beard? You're like, you know what? Give this guy a blue beard.
The people from where he's from, they dye their hair and their beards, and in the books he had a bright blue beard,
like the Blue Meanie.
A little bit like the Blue Meanie, yeah. Yeah, look it up. Look up Dario Naharis book version, and you'll see what I mean. People listening, do this as well. Naharis book version.
Naharis book version.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he's got blue hair, blue beard. Looks nothing like that in the show at all.
He looks like a pirate.
He is a pirate, kinda.
He is?
Yeah, he's kind of a pirate. Anyways, figured you might find that interesting.
Would you want to be born from the Iron Islands? Would you want to be one of those
man.
folks?
If I was born in anywhere in Game of Thrones, I'd want to be born in Dorne. Good climate, good weather, good people, good laws. That's where you want to live. That's like the paradise of the Seven Kingdoms.
Good fighting?
Yeah, good fighting. Yeah, man. That's the place where you want to be born. Everywhere else sucks.
I don't know. What about that one place that has that hole in the ground? The hole in where they counsel people? It's like again, I'm very novice at this, but there's like only one way into the castle.
Oh, the Eyrie. Yeah, the Eyrie. Yeah, that's kind of cool. That's like they live in the mountains. That's pretty cool too. The Vale, Vale of Arryn. Yeah. No, Dorne. Give me Dorne.
Dorne for the win.
Yes, absolutely. Can't be under Wrestling is Cool podcast without a Song of Ice and Fire Game of Thrones lore. Anyways, folks, welcome to the Wrestling is Cool podcast, coolest wrestling podcast on the planet. You can, of course, be getting this episode 3 days earlier than everywhere else over on patreon.com/SantiZap. Over there, you get all kinds of content for just $5. You get the Raw reviews, SmackDown reviews, PLE reviews. You get a whole bunch of wrestling match watch-alongs through our Match Club, and so much more, like our individual series that we're currently running. Like I am watching and ranking every single NXT TakeOver main event. We're getting into some good stuff. We're getting into the Johnny Takeover era, and Sancho is watching all Elimination Chamber matches. You're getting into the bad era of your Elimination Chamber matches.
Just ran into Elimination Chamber 2012 where CM Punk is the champion and he's not main eventing.
That's right.
Deal?
That's
what
right.
What is the deal? Is it your boy?
It's Cena, man. Yeah, Cena main events everything in that era. That's
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, dude.
The dude was in a chamber defending his title inside of the chamber as the champion and doesn't main event. He's the first match.
Wait, what main evented that year? So it's Chamber 2012, right? 2012,
yes.
All right, so that year.
Don't tell me the results. I haven't seen the second chamber.
I won't tell you the result. Oh God, that's right. Yeah, it was Kane and John Cena in an ambulance match. No title, nothing. This was a funky stretch where, like, dude, it would be like CM Punk versus Daniel Bryan, absolute barn burner classic. It opens the show. We have to close it with John Laryngitis versus John Cena because Cena must pose. It was a very frustrating time. Very, very frustrating time.
Someone in our Patreon comment says, like, dude, you're getting prime steak CM Punk. Like, this is the creme de la creme, the best version he was in the WWE. Because I was watching that chamber, I was like, damn, dude, this feels like the same Punk that we have now. He's just younger. Like, this is the same mannerisms, the same like aura, everything about it. And I'm like, well, why is this main event? I mean, don't get me wrong, the chamber match is filled with Jericho, has R-Truth in it, has a lot of great Dolph Ziggler's in it, but it's like then the Miz is in it. But I was like, dude, what are you doing in here, CM Punk? Like, you are power scaled out of your mind and you're in this match. And it made be a spoiler, it was a very dud of a chamber. It was like
Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of the chambers you're about to watch are duds. There was like it took for me until the Elimination Chamber in the Montreal one, the one that was for the US title, for me to say, okay, I'm back on board with Elimination Chamber matches. And they've been good since, I would say. Like, pretty solid matches, especially the women's chambers have generally been better. But I know people love to glorify the 2016 chamber. I also didn't like that. Like, I didn't like almost any chamber match from like 2010 on up until it felt revitalized in the Triple H era, I guess. You want to call it that. But yeah, folks, Sancho is watching through all of that. I just watched DIY versus Authors of Pain in their ladder match that led to the big old heel turn at the end. Won't spoil it. Go watch it. But don't forget that we also have completed series that you can just sit down and binge. Sancho has done watching and ranking every Royal Rumble match and Ryback in review. If anybody's interested in watching that, it's good. Meat on the table. And I have finished watching and ranking every Undertaker WrestleMania match and watching and ranking every John Cena World Championship win and loss. And that one was a drag to watch. So enjoy.
It's your boy. That's your boy.
But dude, so many of the matches were so bad. Like, I was in the last NXT episode, I said, man, I've watched we're like 14 or 15 episodes in, and I've loved every match. I'm like, this is so refreshing, because the John Cena series, man, I dreaded having to sit through, a 45-minute John Cena match in the 2010s that were just not very good. Anyways, that's my thoughts. Go check it out. All of the content is available for $5. $5 doesn't just get you in the door and some of the content. $5 gets you in the whole house, the whole kit and caboodle, and it gets you all of the content that we do. So go check it out. Let's get to talking here, Sancho. So Sancho and I, before we hit record, we always kind of like lay out like the show and like what we want to talk about. And what we kind of realize, specifically going into this episode, because we're kind of in that like weird territory where like we're just far enough away from a PLE, just removed from a PLE, where it's not necessarily like we need to talk about like what's happening in the week, day-to-day world in WWE. Instead, we kind of like started brainstorming. We kind of came to this interesting topic that I want to lay out here for you guys and I want to discuss. And it's this idea that WWE at the very least recently, feels like they're scared to make new main eventers. And I'm so curious as to why we might think that. And some people have maybe pondered the idea of maybe WWE being soured on their last attempt with Jey Uso. With Jey Uso trying to make him into a main event player, and it just didn't particularly go the way that they probably wanted it to go. But when we look at the current landscape right now, and this is the reason why it's a topic that for me is top of mind, right? You've got Jacob Fatu on the cusp. He was like right there, about to become a major main eventer. He did the grind. He got there. He got to the promised land, only for them to say, not yet. We're going to dial you back. You have Obafemi retiring Lesnar at Mania. Oh my God, it's on a silver platter. You have it right there. Only for him to lose to Brock Lesnar. Let's dial him back a little bit. Trick Williams, they've decided to go the traditional route of a mid-carder. I think it's very clear he will eventually be a main eventer. But if you were to put him right now against Cody Rhodes, I think most people would be like, yeah, okay, let's do it. Something new, something different. Javon Evans continues to be the you're not ready yet. We're going to dial you back a little bit. So it kind of feels, at the very least, recently. Anybody else?
Come on.
Is it LA Knight?
Yes.
Yeah, LA. Sure. I was thinking more young, but yes, LA Knight actually he fits what we're talking about. He fits what we're talking about
to a T. This dude was on the cusp. We're talking about teetering, flat earther teetering. You know what I mean? You know that part of that flat earth type of theory where the water is on the flowing out down to the abyss, which if you really think about it
that's where we're at.
That's where we're at, dude. Floating into the abyss. With LA Knight is that guy. It's like main event ready, main event brought up to the cusp. Not only once, not only twice, but probably 5 times that he's been brought up to the main event.
He's the poster child. He's the poster child. So they kind of continue to rely on the status quo. And again, the last time in a long time that they really experimented with somebody like, okay, let's see what they look like in the main event was Jey Uso, and it didn't work out very well. And I'm wondering if maybe there is cold feet from that experience, or maybe that experience is irrelevant, and maybe this is a different thing altogether, but they just Braun Breaker. How did we forget Braun Breaker? Also, there on the cusp with the feud with CM Punk, could have been the world champion. Instead, dialed it back. Bring it back, kid. You're not ready yet. There is very clearly a trepidation, the big word of the day, for WWE to allow these guys that many of us see as these guys are main event ready, to put them in the main event. And I have to quote the Hurricane. What's up with that?
Can I throw out this name that's shocking?
Hit me.
Logan Paul.
Sure. Logan Paul was there for a bit. Logan Paul was there.
He was there. Could have done it. And then they scaled him back down to a full-timer doing a tag team. I think they were trying to get him back the traditional way. Another name that it was kind of in the tip of my mind. I think you have to figure this out, though. Is that we're just impatient? Because you have to look at who is currently a main eventer. How did they get there? The maturation.
Okay, but to be fair, there might be some where you could say do we need to be patient? But then there's the LA Knight example.
Right. Well, what I mean is the name I was going to give you was Drew McIntyre. Now, Indies is part of him leaving and coming back, and Indies side aside. When he did come back, it took a pandemic era to put him in the main event because everybody else wasn't available. He was the one that stepped up, that was ready to work. He worked. He got his title in a Thunderdome era. And now that he is who he is, he's not even main event. He's main event, but he could drop back down to mid-card so fast. And we saw it when he went to SmackDown, and he was then staring at Damian Priest. Like, wait a minute. Why are we here? So my question for you is, because I was talking with Denise about this on our Raw post show, and I was like, is it just because now that the WWE, when it comes to the tournament, they are putting young people ahead? Is it that we're just too impatient? Do we play a role is the question I'm asking for this mid-card traffic jam.
Maybe, like, certainly, but I do think that we can point to many moments in time. Like, I do think, like, when we're talking about, like, some of the younger guys, like Oba and Javon, you could certainly make the argument that, yeah, there's some impatience here for sure. But then, you know, you present LA Knight, it's like, how much more patient can you be when it comes to LA Knight? He's been on the cusp over and over and over again. I think it's not really that I think that we're impatient. It's just that I think it's very clear that they don't let these guys just win feuds against the established main eventers. I'll throw out a different name out there, right? Like a Bronson Reed. Like, did he have to lose the feud against Roman ultimately? Would it have been more beneficial for a Bronson Reed to have won the feud at the end of the day and be made into this scary monster? But no, it had to be Roman has to get his win back. And it's always when that established main eventer gets their win back that it just takes away so much of the wind from the sails of those guys.
Well, the way for Bronson Reed, they made him by destroying Seth Rollins, though.
Sure.
So, I mean, they have the ability to catapult these monsters into the main event. But I think what we're hitting the stall is there is no longevity. And then they automatically get pushed down to the mid card. Can you think of, like, when it comes to the main eventers, let's figure out who the main eventers are, and then we could work from there. You know what I mean? Work top to bottom.
Yeah, I will say I do think that this is more of a exclusively men's problem. I do think that they are a lot more like, let's try what's this woman from the mid card in the main event. She sticks, boom, yeah, let's do it. I think that I don't think we're seeing that problem on the women's side of things, nowhere near as much as the men. So I just want to preface that.
Roman Reigns,
Cody Rhodes,
CM Punk,
Seth Rollins,
Randy Orton.
Yep, Randy Orton, Seth Rollins. Those are our guys. Yeah, if you want part-timers, of course, you have like a Brock Lesnar in there that you can absolutely throw out there. But then there's a lot of like guys that are in that gravitational pull, like the Drew McIntyres, the Gunthers.
Gunther.
Trying to think here. I mean, right now it kind of feels that way. It kind of feels that way. Like those guys are kind of like in the B tier, and then there's a lot of
Would Sammy be in that group or not yet?
I mean, Sammy has not ever won a world title, so like we can't even put him in the conversation. If anything, he falls more under the guys that's like, dude, it was there. And it's been there a couple times with Sami Zayn, but instead they continue to go with the established star instead.
I think AJ Styles was in that group.
In the quasi, for sure. The gravitational pull guys, absolutely.
Okay. And then, of course, 2 years prior or a year or so, John Cena was main event.
Sure.
Part-timer.
Sure.
Which, again, goes back to the argument that we had multiple times, or the point that we had is that John Cena's retirement tour kind of hit a lot of these issues. You ever you've gone property shopping or house shopping, right? And they have disclosures. We would have came into this WWE house like, oh, this house looks great. And the disclosure was, oh, John Cena's retiring, so deal with that when he's gone. Other people that are kind of like in this, and then you have a hard line, and then you have Doms, the Finn Balor's, the LA Knights. You have a very bloated middle class when it comes to WWE. Yeah. Very bloated.
I think for me, though, like, I think, you know, just like in a normal society, you need middle class. I think what I want to highlight more so isn't so much, you know, hey, why don't we help the middle class get to the top 1%? I think what I want to highlight is that there's guys that should be 1% that are stuck in the middle class. And I think it just comes to it's been brought more to the light recently because it was so bang, 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 back to back to back to back. Braun Breaker losing to Seth. Oba losing to Lesnar, Fatu losing to Roman. It was just all within like a week. And I think that's kind of like what brought this like rush of like, yo, what? These are all guys that you could have had there in the upper echelon, but we're putting these like the hierarchy of things is preventing these guys from moving into that upper 1%, if we want to continue to use that societal analogy. And it's happened a lot recently, and I think it's worth pointing out that it's happening a lot.
Does injuries contribute to that? Because when Seth Rollins was gone, I think that pushed a lot of people forward. When Roman disappears, that pushes a lot of people forward. Randy now gone, CM Punk's now gone. I think what also hurts the WWE is, what if they introduce like a cyclical type of situation, a season? Because I think they're doing that now, but not officially. You know, like CM Punk is clearly off TV so he could rest, recuperate, and allow others to be pushed to the forefront and let other stories. I don't think we get Punk this entire summer. Like, he's off. He's gone.
It could be. It could be cyclical in that sense. But then, I have to also point out what Roman Reigns has been saying recently, where it's like, I was gone for like 2 years and no one was able to take the mantle and become the next top star. So he makes a good point there, because it's also true. But it's so interesting that it might even just be like this weird timing thing. Like, I wonder if Oba was around during that like 2-year part-time hiatus of Roman Reigns, would they have just catapulted him to be the top draw in the way that they catapulted Roman to be the top draw in 2015? And now maybe that Roman is there, they feel like they don't need to, that they can be patient, if that's the word that you want to use.
Over Cody? Oba?
Well, I mean, if we're talking, maybe. It could. I mean, he's getting bigger reactions than Cody right now everywhere that he goes.
That would have been over what? Over Seth then at that time? That 2 years? Who had the heavyweight title at those 2 years?
Seth and Cody were definitely 1-2. And then CM Punk was out there feuding with like Drew McIntyre and stuff. Yeah. It's possible. It's possible. It's possibly a timing thing.
Well, that's what I'm getting at. Like, I do think that when it comes to the mid card, I think you are onto something about when the bubble's ready to pop and they don't pop it, and then it's like, can we reach that max breaking point, that boiling point once again? Can we get them white hot again? Because this is the most interesting case. I think if you were the WWE and you were hearing this criticism for us or a commentary, you would go, well, look at Chad Gable. You thought he was ready to pop against Gunther. We waited. What did I say? I said pop against Gunther. Why'd you look at the camera like that? What did I say?
No, I did.
You looked at it. You did your gym thing. You look at what did I say?
I don't know. Just maybe I just like gym out of consciousness. I didn't even realize I gymmed.
Gym for no reason. I didn't even say anything dumb or anything innuendo-y. I didn't say anything like voices come to me. I didn't say anything like that. Come for me. I didn't say that. But as I was saying, when it comes to now you messed me up.
No, popping the bubble. Gunther, popping bubble, Gable. That's what you were saying.
So when Gable was ready to pop, they didn't pop him. He got injured. You know, they gave him the luchador thing, and he was going there, and they made him a very dastardly heel, abusive heel, gets injured, turns into OG, gets injured, and then he comes, like, they don't bring him back immediately as Chad. He goes back down to Mexico as OG Americano, and then it simmers and simmers and simmers. So I think what we're asking for this entire topic is, we're at a crossroads again, Santi. We're sitting here at the boiling point once again. We've been here with Sammy. We've been here with Gunther. We've been here with Braun Breaker. We've been here with Jacob Fatu. We've been here with LA Knight. We are on the doorstep once again for Chad Daddy Gable.
I would argue that like it's deeper than that. I would say that we're on the bubble of multiple guys. Like there's I would say that we can list like 3 or 4 guys that's like, oh, are we gonna do it? Like if it's a perfect time to do it. And unfortunately, I don't know. I think history has shown us that they won't.
Well, you can't pop all of them. If you had to pop one of them, you got to. Okay, who are we talking about here again? Because Chad is the newest one that's entered this bubble's about to pop.
In terms of people that like could be catapulted right now, Oba, absolutely. Braun Breaker is still there. I would say Trick Williams. LA Knight is will kind of forever be in there.
You're so kind. Oh,
but
thank
I'll
you.
throw him in there.
Thanks.
And yeah, Chad Gable.
You can't pop them all. That's
You
5
can't.
bubbles, brother. You can't put the machine behind all of them.
I agree. I agree. I mean, if it's out of those 5, I feel like the one that's like more like lifeline, you need to pop it now, it's Chad Gable.
He's getting good responses, dude. That was a very good moment that they crafted for Chad to return, to not only go on his I'm sorry Canadian tour type of vibe, doing all that, getting his redemption, and I'm glad they didn't drag it out. You know how they usually do, like the Jey Uso or the Roman. He's like, "Hey, I'm here to say I'm sorry." I'm like, "Yeah, I don't trust you anyway." And then like 3 weeks later, "Oh, I finally trust you."
You have to save him. You have to make the run in. Yeah,
get his coffee. You got to get his dry cleaning. Oh,
so Montez and Seth.
Yeah,
how that was dragged out.
Right, and so this time they were just adults going, "Oh, you know what? I forgive you." And he's like, Dragon Lee, like, "You know what? You don't have to say anything, Chad. I forgive you." And he's like, "Well, let Chad say he's sorry." And then I like how Ray was like, "You know, you apologize to me, but you have to apologize to somebody else as well." And I'm like, "Oh, that's Otis. Yay, yeah, we're gonna get on it. It's gonna be fun." So with Chad, and then they have him run into the save, and they unmask Ray, and then he runs in for the save. Like, that was a solid moment. That I felt like that right there was a great face turn on the main roster for Chad Gable. But are they going to follow it up, sir?
Those are the questions, right? Like, but like, what prevents the follow up? Is it, the existing guys at the top? Is it WWE afraid of experimenting after what happened with Jey Uso? Is it maybe not even a WWE thing? Maybe it's network saying like, we want you to feature Roman and Cody at the top. These are the guys that we have the trust that will bring in ratings. Is it advertisers? I don't know. Like, I don't think that we're just two Joe Schmoes on a couch. We don't really know what's going to prevent the push of the machine beyond, just the Romans and the Codys of the world. But I think we can safely say that, like, if you're considering it, it's a good time to burst the bubble of a lot of these guys.
So what do you mean? Like, what's Chad's bubble burst? IC title?
IC title. And that's that's so low stakes.
It's low ass.
Such a low stakes, and it's so sad that we don't even have faith in that. Right? That we don't even have faith in such a low ask. I get Oba, hey, have him win everything, go after the world champion, beat Roman Reigns. That's a tall order. That's a high ask. I get that. I understand. I get it's a big ask to say Jacob Fatu wins, becomes the head of the table, and now we're on uncharted territory and we're in a very different creative structure. I get that's a tall order. That's a high ask. But it's not a tall ask to have somebody win an IC title. It's just not.
It is, though.
For Chad, only for Chad, it seems like it's a tall order.
It makes sense if you really logistically look at it. Penta is on his 12. Well, this would be his next match, would be his 12th title defense. Mm-hmm. Out of 90-something days, he's defended the title 12 times, like more than anybody on the Raw Championship side of things. I think it's time. I do think it's time for him to do that. Now, you look at Braun Breaker. I think Braun Breaker took a huge step back walking out with the tag team title. It just made him look, right?
Brother,
right?
He looked less tan somehow.
I know it was
like took the life out of him.
Yeah, I know that was part of the match with the Bret Hart finish with Seth Rollins and the dinner plate. I know it was, but it was just like, ew. Don't ever go out in those colors again, brother. Those are not you are more of an autumn child, my friend, not a spring one. You know what I mean? You ever done that little color?
Yeah, I've definitely. You know what I can't pull off? I can't pull off.
Hold on. Wait. Let me guess.
You won't guess.
Oh, yes, I will.
Okay.
Hold on. Look at me. Look at the camera. Yellow.
No, I was going to be more specific than that. I can't pull off yellow. It's possible I can't pull off yellow.
Maybe like canary yellow. I mean, you pull up bright yellow. But not canary.
I've never really purchased anything bright yellow, so
yes, you have.
Oh, the LA Knight shirt. The LA Knight shirt. Yeah, you're right. I can't pull off like solid black sneakers. I just look weird in them. I don't know why.
I get it. I get it because it makes everything like it goes like to a point to your feet, and that you know
Yeah,
it
or
makes you
maybe
look.
it's like, it be top black, bottom black too, right? With my jet black hair and jet black
Yeah.
shoes. Maybe it's not a good contrast. I don't know. But ever since I was a kid, I'm like, I look weird in these, and I don't know why. Yeah,
Mm,
I tend to go
that's
with more
that's
colorful sneakers.
okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Has that traumatized you? Like,
Yeah,
because when I was a kid, my mom never let me buy white shoes because I always get them dirty.
sure.
And so now I like white shoes because I could buy them myself.
Mm.
Are they dirty? I don't know.
Well, the thing is
Maybe Mama was right, but still, I like them this way.
and maybe it's because my parents forced me to wear black sneakers a lot because they didn't want me to dirty my shoes as often.
Yeah.
And
They're
I don't
cheap
know,
too.
I don't know, maybe now it's a psychological thing where I'm like, I just don't think I look good in them.
Yeah, you wouldn't look good in pandas.
What's a panda? What is that?
It's white and black. The swoop, the lows.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah.
I think you look good in pandas.
Yeah.
I think it's a very common shoe. I mean, maybe you know what? You do look good in all white shoes, though.
Thank you.
Say.
I do.
Yeah.
I know. I agree. You look at my
yeah.
closet, it's a lot of all white shoes.
You got Air Force Ones?
No, I don't.
That's the standard.
I know it's the standard. Yeah.
I've
got tan Air Force Ones.
Okay. Are you a Reebok guy? Reeboks are coming back.
I'm not a brand snob. If I like the shoe, I'll wear the shoe.
Get a Reebok. Reebok's cool.
Okay.
I think you would look good in a Reebok. Do you wear no seam socks?
What is that?
Where you don't see the sock, no seams. It's like right at or your quarter.
Oh, those are out of style, don't you know? Can't wear ankle socks now. You have to show the sock now.
It's weird, I know. But what about you? Are you like a quarter, ankle?
I mean, I now like show the sock because I do actually think it looks good. And I have small calves, so pulling up my socks hides that.
Okay. All right. Briefs, underwear?
Yeah, boxer briefs, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now
Anything else you want to know?
Now I know what to get you for your birthday. Yeah. I'm not gonna get you like $1,000 costume painting. It wasn't that much.
I mean, it could maybe after shipping and duties fees that I had to pay, it might have came out to that.
It's worth it. You're good. It's gonna be
still up there.
It's gonna be in your estate sale, and someone will be like, "Who the hell was this dude? What a nerd!"
Oh man, I hope that this is the year that we get new main eventers in there, and we're talking about like, they're scared to make new main eventers, but then we look at the King of the Ring bracket, Sancho. The King of the Ring bracket is fascinating. I think everybody's bracket is busted. This is, a couple number one seeds lost to a 16th seed in the NCAA. Yeah, you lost to some tiny little Christian school. Tiny little school, yeah. You lost to a George Mason. North Carolina's out. Brackets be busted. And now we've got a fascinating situation. On the men's side, we have Oba and Dominic Mysterio. And on the other side, we have Javon Evans and some uncle, because all four of those guys are over 40 years old. I don't know if you saw that. I hope it's LA Knight. That would be a fascinating semifinal.
What is happening right now?
What do you mean?
What are you doing? Are you about to walk me out, make me look at a lake? You're like, oh, look, Sancho, isn't it beautiful? Look, LA Knight has a title. Bang! That's what you're going to do? That's what you're going to do? You're going to old yeller me out here, brother? It feels like what's wrong?
He could win, man. He could win.
Is it because LA Knight won you over with his banger promo that he had? Come on. Great promo. Called out the bloodline once again. Called out Adam Pearce. Mm-hmm. Even though he dropped the microphone, I was like, "Oh shit, here we go again." Things are bad. And then the balls to ask for the microphone again and then catch it.
Yeah,
dude.
If he had to drop that, career over. Career over. Had he dropped the second microphone,
dude. So he nails it, and then he nails the promo, and then I got to give props to Jay. Even though he was gassed out, he got through that promo, and it sounded like a banger promo because he couldn't think. Warning shot, bow, bow. I was like, okay, cool. I'm good. Everyone looked great, and then LA Knight goes from the bottom of my heart, from the bottom to the top, screw your family.
Great line.
right?
Great line. Great line.
And he called himself Chief LA Knight.
So if I'm hoping LA Knight wins, because if LA Knight wins, we're guaranteed a new person, right? A new guy in the main event. Not so much LA Knight. He's been there before, but it still feels like, here we go again. Let's go. Now's the time. Good things do come to those that way. Let's go. I hope that that's the semifinal because, dude, this got completely turned on its head when Braun Breaker lost on SmackDown. Lost clean, too, because he didn't get screwed over or anything. There were shenanigans, but he didn't get impacted by them. And then there is, of course, Javon Evans beating Seth Rollins and Tala Tonga and Ricky Saints in a great match. We are in an interesting King of the Ring semifinals. I said in a video, this ain't your grandma's King of the Ring. We're in the new era of the King of the Ring, baby. Come on, let it be LA Knight and give us an actually like creative semifinal, baby.
This. I don't like this. I like being my own LA Knight Island. It's like I've been here for years, and then another boat shows up. Like, what are you doing here? Like, you came here on purpose? I've been stranded, marooned on this island. Who are you? Like, you're not Santi. Take off your skin. You're a skinwalker.
I'm not a dude. I've liked LA Knight, just not like you. I'm not gonna get myself stranded on a deserted island for the guy.
You're a skinwalker, dude. I don't know you. You know why?
Why?
You haven't lived here long enough to know the real island of LA Knight. You haven't been on the Night's Watch wall this long, my guy. He ain't going to win, brother. Like,
you don't think he wins at least the qualifier?
No.
I mean, everyone said that about Dom.
Look at me. I'm in a pessimistic. I've been burned too many times. I'm in a dark era. I'm in a dark part of my mind, brother. Do you want to hear? You want to hear where I'm at right now?
Yeah, tell me. Where are you at? Where are you at?
I see a dark path. I see a path we've been down before. Some say a path that was yeeted for us. I think we get Jay advancing all the way to the finals. Okay. The reason why is the WWE wants to create high stakes, and they want to make Cody Rhodes feel like he's a target, and they want to think, oh my God, if Jay wins, Cody's going to be in the I mean, again, Jay and Cody do have the past, okay? Let's not act like they didn't exist. Do you feel him, sir? Like, all that's there, and we all thought at the moment, like, remember they're like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to choose you, Cody, or you, Gunther, but I'm going to choose you. Like, we all knew you could choose Gunther, brother. So here we are again. Marching orders from the tribal chief, go get the shot to go take out Cody. I think the WWE wants us to believe, all right, that Jay has a shot and they're going to get him there against Oba. Now, if he's there against Oba, they're going to create that drama that, okay, Oba needs to beat him to face Roman. If Jay wins, he faces Cody, and there's going to be all that out there. But again, you're talking to a broken man, you know? I would love for LA Knight to advance. It'd be nice to see King Knight up there, you know, to see a man who was born a peasant rise the ranks and become a knight and change his stars, like our boy Heath Ledger in Knight's Tale to become a king. Like, I would want that. But that ain't going to happen, dude. That's a fairy tale dream, brother. Fairy tale.
Oh, I mean, what happened to the Sancho I know? You used to have a light about you, brother. You used to brighten the room. And then last week you're like, I love what they're doing with the bloodline again. This is great. I don't think LA Knight and Jey Uso's gonna win. What have they done to you? What have they done to my boy? Look how they've massacred my boy. Is this what's happened to you? You've lost your mind in a secluded Pacific LA Knight island by yourself all of these years. Wake up, Sancho. This is not the man I fell in love with. Where are you?
I lost my smile. I lost
it. This is wild. Oh no, you're so not the guy I knew.
But at the same time, look at Finn Balor, right? Finn Balor has a route too.
Okay. That's where I'm gonna gym from The Office.
Get Finn Balor. There is a route for Finn if it's Dom. If Dom's at the end, and I don't want to see that again. No one wants to see Dom and Finn again. We want to see Finn doing his other things. We want Finn
What other things is he going to do?
I don't know.
Yeah, just feud with Solo for 8 months? You hang out with the Wepaverse for a little bit?
they gave the dude a video package. They must care about him on SmackDown. I think like if he is the guy that's going to be a major player in SmackDown, he has to get a win here, right? Right? And then you get Finn Balor versus Javon. That's an exciting match. Right? Right?
I mean, I would love for Finn Balor to win this. That'd be, I'm fine with that. Just anyone but Jay. Anyone but Jay.
Oh, we're in that boating. But I feel it's odd if you look at it. Look at the bracket right now. Right?
Also, if Jay wins, it's nobody from SmackDown.
That's what I'm saying. 3 Raw guys and no one from SmackDown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true. I mean, SmackDown sucks. So I get it. SmackDown has been booty.
We're in a rough part, dude. But I was saying this like, man, when it's that hour and a half mark, you're like,
it's tough. It is tough,
we
brother.
Still got another hour and a half of this.
See, now I know why you've become broken. You know, you've been having to review SmackDown every Friday. You've been stuck in the LA Night Island. I get it. I can see why you. It's like the sailors out at sea for so many like weeks and months at a time that they're like dying of dehydration and malnutrition and scurvy, that they see those manatees and they think they're beautiful women, right? The sirens. You're seeing Jay. Yeah, that's what people believe they were, that they were just manatees, and they just like, oh my god, that's the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my life, but it's just manatees. Yeah, they were just crazy with scurvy.
And then I've heard manatees and sea lions are very aggressive underwater.
Some people like aggressive, you know what I'm saying? Some people pay for a little bit of aggression, a little bit of ruthless. Okay, anyways. What I was going to say is you're one of those scurvy-ridden sailors where you're looking around at your deserted island, you're looking out in the ocean, and you see this beautiful thing. You're like, good. Oh.
Jay's looking good.
Can you hear that beautiful sound that it's making? Yeet, yeet, yeet. And you're like, oh, that's pretty close to yeah. That might be my new guy.
Man overboard. Bring her along. I must go to her. Eat, eat. And then I drown.
What's happening to you, brother?
And then I drown. That's it. That's the tale of Sancho Escobar. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is where I am. Again, it's gotten so bad. My hope lies. My hope lied in a date in September. But they made it push back another month. And so I stand on the wall another month for Money in the Bank on October 10th. They just torture me.
Yeah, let's talk about that. So Money in the Bank has been officially moved to October 10th. I mean, you already... Yeah, I mean, this is the latest that it's ever been. I think we've talked about this. I like the fact that Money in the Bank was after SummerSlam. It allows the focus of King and Queen of the Ring winners to be more direct, and that's the build up to, you know, the road to SummerSlam. And a September Money in the Bank could have been the lead up to Royal Rumble and the rest of the year. And it's a nice time of year to have briefcases because it's such a boring time of the year for the most part. I mean, I don't know that this impacts too much in terms of like my excitement for Money in the Bank, because I still think that strategy lies true. But it is interesting that it's happening in October, like, because that's where typically we would get Crown Jewel. Are we looking at Crown Jewel just potentially getting sunsetted altogether? And I say this, one, because this is where Crown Jewel used to be. Two, the September show isn't going to be Crown Jewel. They've already announced that it's a Sunday night's main event. November is typically Survivor Series. And then December... allegedly rumored to be the John Cena Classic, which in itself kind of takes some of the momentum of Crown Jewel, because Crown Jewel matches are these big exhibition matches, but now you're going to have an entire PLE of big exhibition matches. Is there even room for Crown Jewel? They already stopped doing it in Saudi Arabia. They already moved it to Australia. Maybe this is just, they're going to sunset it altogether, and maybe there's no room for this PLE. And I'm going to be honest, good. Good. I always found it really, I think part of the frustration for wrestling fans in the fall was that it was Crown Jewel followed by Survivor Series, followed by the typical December quietness. Last year it wasn't quiet because of the John Cena retirement, but that's typically the bang, bang, bang. So then we go through these stretches of usually world titles not being defended because the crown jewel matches are there. And then typically now recently world champions have been involved in war games matches. So then world championship, like main event feuds take this like 3 to 4 month hiatus seemingly. The only reason we even had a world heavyweight championship feud last year was because Seth Rollins got hurt, so we got Jey Uso versus CM Punk, right? But for the most part, it feels like world championship feuds from October until January just kind of take this long hiatus and break, and I'm hoping that this breaks that, especially having those briefcases in those chaotic matches like war games moving forward.
Do you think it's because they don't like booking champion versus champion? Like
it's such a handcuff.
Too much of a problem. Yeah.
It's such a handcuff, right? Like, who do you make look good? Who do you make look bad? How can we make the loser not look as bad in a loss? Oh, that's simple. Have Tiffany Stratton do a fake cash, right? So there is those handcuffs. And I look at like when we did Gunther versus Cody Rhodes, right? And Cody beat Gunther. Gunther struggled to get his oomph back after that. After losing to Cody Rhodes. Shy Gunther, right? So I don't know, man. I've always said that those crown jewel matches just don't mean anything to me. Those titles are literal toys as far as I'm concerned. I hope they sunset crown jewel for the sake of Money in the Bank. And bring back WrestlePalooza, baby. Give me Weapapalooza back. That's what we need.
What have I become? Look, man. I think when it comes to Crown Jewel, I thought it was a fun exhibition type of situation to be like, hey, let's showcase champion versus champion. But I think where the issue is when they try to weave it into the story where it'll take up 2-3 weeks. And then everybody had to be put on pause for a belt that wasn't defended anywhere else. And it was just a vanity belt at the end of the day. I think when you have so much stock and put into that, and then it would always, like you mentioned, the schedule would get so herky-jerky that it was like, now we got to restart everything that we're doing before. And I think you want to hear my tinfoil hat theory, brother?
Tell me.
I think it's because they're trying to avoid Cody and Roman 3. I don't think title changes at Roman at SummerSlam. It feels weird to say because this is the summer of Roman. I thought maybe we could see a title change if the Jacob route or whoever comes out of the King of the Ring. I don't see it now anymore. I don't see Roman losing at SummerSlam. If you look at the field that's left over, Oba has a big obstacle, a huge obstacle, lurking, waiting, seemingly waiting to strike. And that's Brock Lesnar, ready to come out and do some business. And Oba's asking for it. In his promo, he wants it. He wants that. He wants to fight. He wants to be Dom's daddy, which is not possible because he already has a father, and his father's dead.
Yeah, that's true. You see, did you like that? Corey Graves called Eddie Guerrero Liv's father-in-law.
I think Corey's ready for Michael Cole's spot. Put him in. He's ready.
I agree. Yeah.
So when you I think we kind of jumped off going back to that bracket. Mm-hmm. Out of all the matchups, the finals, if Oba's there, right? If Oba's not there, who can beat Roman out of that field?
Who can beat him? Nobody. Yeah, it's the only one that can beat him, which I think goes to what you're saying that you think he's going to retain at SummerSlam, is Oba. If they don't run Oba Roman, whether it's Jey Uso, LA Knight, Finn Balor, Royce Keys, Javon Evans, Dominic Mysterio, they're all losing to Roman. Out of the field that's left, the only one that I believe would beat Roman is Oba Femi at SummerSlam, but we have that Brock Lesnar roadblock, as you mentioned, right. Which I people have thrown out the idea of like, why doesn't Oba just main event both nights? Chill. Relax. I don't think we need to get to that point where he's main eventing against Lesnar on one night and Roman against on the other night. That'd be crazy. That would be, that goes to what we were saying before. Hey, here's your new guy. Okay. All right. Sure. I don't see them doing that. I feel like that's crazy. That's insane.
It would give him an out to lose to Roman, but I agree.
Sure. I don't think we need that though.
Wait, little bandies on the athletic tape. Ugh.
Yeah, I'm pretty because I don't see Oba picking Cody. Well, that's the thing too. We're only talking as if the winner's gonna pick Roman.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, and then going to it again, the next argument. If Oba's off the table, out of those other ones, you would think they would pick Cody over Roman. Right?
I would agree. I would agree because a lot of people I saw were bummed that Seth lost. Happy Javon won, but like there was like this like I thought we were going towards Seth Roman at SummerSlam. You can still get there. Just because he didn't win King of the Ring doesn't mean you can't get there. Because as far as I understood it, they're saying that the winner of King of the Ring this time around can pick whoever they want, not just the champion of their brand. They normally they like past few years they've been very specific, champion of their brand. I think this year they're allowed to pick whoever they want. Maybe they pick Cody, and Seth is back on the menu for meat on the table. Back on the table for a Roman Reigns match. It's not impossible.
Speaking of which, did you hear Braun Strowman? Braun Strowman said that he can go, that he's ready to go, that he got inspired by Mask versus Mask, and he's better looking than anybody on the roster, and he could get in there and do something.
Buddy, just live your life eating good food. You got it made, dude. Dude's show is so popular, it forced WWE to lose an hour, right? Like. I mean, I would love Braun Strowman back, jokes aside, but like, you're doing well, dude. Just keep doing your thing.
Give him a one-off against Oba. Be sick. Give him a series.
No.
Give him a series.
You want Braun to lose? I kind of want. Yeah, you're right. It did help Bronson Reed a lot. Yeah, who am I kidding? Oba versus Braun Strowman would be very fun. Would be very good.
That'd be so good. And imagine it's the highlight is him doing that move where he tosses him like a baby.
Yeah. Apparently, he calls that the pizza toss. I thought I've been calling it the toss in the garbage. That's what
that's what it looks like. It looks like. Is that how you take out your trash?
When I worked at Target, I worked the back room. That's exactly because you have to throw it into like the giant containers that are like taller than me. I actually would shot put it like how Oba does wrestlers.
Did you miss working at Target? You miss working in the back rooms?
Yeah, I mean, it was fun for like that stage in my life for sure. I did enjoy it. It was fun.
What's the craziest thing you've seen at the back rooms of Target?
Oh, I mean, in the back rooms of Target, I would say that the craziest thing was that there is an entire separate area of employees hiding stuff for it to go into clearance and then buy it at clearance. Just in case you didn't know, at your local Target, all the employees there in the back room, they got a little stash of stuff that they're hiding to buy in 4 or 5 months from now when it goes down to 95% off clearance.
Damn, so like video games and stuff?
Everything. Okay. All right, I'll lay out the juice here.
Lay it out.
So back rooms, right? We had by the way, I haven't seen that movie. I do want to see it. But in the back room, we started the day, we stocked the shelves. And we also had to go around scanning every item, specifically in electronics. They were really diligent about that, to make sure that it had the right price on it and just to double check if something is going on clearance. Once we saw an item that we liked that said this is going on clearance, for those that don't know, the way clearance works is that it initially starts off at 90% off. Oh, sorry, at 90% of the price, so 10% off. And it will go down all the way up to 95% off. It's just that it usually never gets to that point because people will buy it beforehand, or Target will sell it to like a liquidation store. So
like a Marshalls or a Ross or Five.
Yes. Yeah. So what employees would do is, this thing is going on clearance. They would hide it in the back for like 3 months and then put it back into inventory and then go to buy it at 95% off.
Damn.
Right? You want crazy buddies that work at Target. If you got buddies that work at Target, tell them to hook you up because maybe it's different now, but that's what a lot of people at Target did.
I've seen what they do is they hide things underneath the shelves. The shelves underneath, they pop open. And that's how people get their action figures and stuff like that.
Yeah. What we would just do for people, it's just like, because we could just remove it from inventory and then just
that doesn't have a paper trail.
I mean, I think it's more the paper trail of, but like, here's the thing, like, People are buying it. No one's stealing anything. It's being bought with a receipt. I don't know. I'm not saying I ever did it. All right? I'm not saying I ever did it. I'm just telling you that that's what happens in the Target backrooms.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Statute of limitation, even if I did, though, right? I think.
I don't know, dude. Canadian
Target Canada failed, so it doesn't even exist, you bums.
From you taking all the clearance. You son of a gun.
Hey, man. Shout out to those 95% off Beats headphones.
You don't even have them anymore.
Nah. I mean, it's headphones from 2013 or something. Those are old now.
Like the little styrofoam part of it, that covers the ear, like deteriorated.
Oh, dude. Have you picked up like an old PS3 controller? They get like sticky, like the plastic to them gets like deteriorated. Yeah, dude. Like really, really old PS3 controllers. If you've had them in a drawer or something, and you grab them like after like 10 years of no use, the like plastic of specifically of like the buttons and the analog sticks gets kind of like warped, a little bit melted.
Sure, Santi. Sure.
Sure. I just went through it because I looked for a bunch of my stuff.
You're not a 100 gamer. Sure.
Oh,
I guess.
Okay.
Only use me one hand. The classic gamer stance. Are you gonna get back into COD, baby? Modern Warfare 4, right around the corner.
I don't know. I need to wait to see, because that last one, that last one was the first COD I have not bought, by the way.
Okay.
So I need to see more. I need to see more.
Okay, what about Grand Theft Auto, Papa? Come on, everybody.
I'll jump
and their
into
mother.
Grand Theft Auto. I'll jump into GTA.
Everybody and their moms playing Grand Theft Auto, dude.
I'll get into that. All right, let's move on here. What haven't we talked about? Have you noticed? And maybe it goes into everything going on with Money in the Bank. Who knows? I doubt it. But there is an insane amount of action happening in Mexico. In Mexico, man, it feels like everybody's kind of like trying to stick their flag into the Mexican territory. So let me read it out for you. So we got WWE has announced a set of house shows and Raws and SmackDown from September 9th, 10th, I think 12th and 14th or something like that. They also have AAA. Triple Mania is on the September 11th and the 13th. AEW is going into the Mexican territory just a month earlier with AEW Grand Slam in Mexico City.
Which is a regular TV show.
Regular TV show, yeah, for their Wednesdays. And then CMLL comes in and says that on the September 18th, they're running like their version of WrestleMania, Aniversario 93, all within a week of everything that's going on with WWE. Rumors are that WWE announced their ticket sales of Raw, SmackDown, and Triple Mania a week ahead of the announcement of CMLL that they got wind of to try and not undersell, but like beat them to the market so that money goes into the WWE shows as opposed to the CMLL show, because that's a show that will for sure feature a ton of AEW talent, Sancho. So in the last year, for sure, it certainly felt like the two biggest North American organizations, AEW and WWE, are gunning after the Mexican market. And then September is turning into a freaking battlefield for the soul of Lucha Libre.
What's Judas in Spanish? Like the whole song.
Judas. Well, I don't know the whole song.
No, like the beginning. Like I'm a come.
I'm not going to sing Judas in Spanish.
Or dude, like Ray.
Oh God, he's dead. Oh wow, he must be really sad.
Oh wow. Hey, Chad, thanks for giving me back my mask, Chad. I appreciate it. You really learned the art of luchador.
I needed my mask back because Rusev unmasked me. Thank you.
I did the Poison Rana and I landed on my head. Ooh, that was something. I thought I saw Eddie for a second.
Oh, that Eddie.
Oh, that Eddie. Dude, he hit that hit.
He did it so bad. He knocked so bad. Yeah, we watched it like frame by frame on the review. I'm like, dude, this could have been real bad. It was like on the top of the dome. Like real bad. Dude, Ray's unreal.
I've been hit there once in my life by my karate instructor in Taekwondo because I was smashing a kid like that, hammer fisting.
Mm-hmm.
I guess not a legal strike. She goes,
Yeah, that's
"How would
messed
you
up.
like if I did that to you?" She went,
Just to clarify, were you doing this as an adult or as a child as well?
I was in middle school.
Oh, okay, just making sure. Yeah, I was just like last week. Can you believe that?
I was like in 6th grade, and the kid was probably in 4th grade, but he was a purple belt.
Yeah.
And he was like kicking me, and I grabbed the
brother.
leg. I grabbed the leg, right? And I start hammer fisting on the top of his head. And then the instructor came over here and said, "Don't do that. That's not nice."
Don't do that.
And she goes, bonk. How would you like if I did that to you? Bonk. She was like a lunch lady type of character that was a black belt.
Yeah, I took a hit to the top of the head. Mine was really, really scary though. I thought I got paralyzed. It was in football, punt returning, and just kind of through the scuffle of trying to dodge people, I put my head down in a very unnatural manner, which is football 101. Do not do that. And somebody ran full force their chest into the top of my head, and I was out cold and I couldn't move. And I was like, this is my life. I'm gonna die. But then I started getting motion back. It was scary, dude. Real scary.
Was your first thought about your penis, sir?
No, it was about not being able to walk for the rest of my life. My second thought was about my penis.
Fair enough.
That was my number dose. Ooh, that toes? Cock? Okay, we good. That's how that went. That thought process.
You think Gray had those same thoughts too?
Toes and cock, we good.
And then he looked at Penta okay.
We're good. Wait, how do you know your cock still works? Don't ask those questions you don't want the answers to, Penta.
619. Dude, isn't there I feel like there's another wrestler that did 619, but more of his pelvis. That's like a Val Venus type
just
of
just a 619 with the dick? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're kind of suggesting here? The dick 19?
That'd be a good move. That'd be like a Goldust type of move, right? You'd be like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Do that move and then a reverse devil's kiss.
So Mexico. So Mexico, there's a lot of shows in Mexico, Sancho.
Hey, wait, what I gotta say? Business is business, but let's talk about reverse devil's kiss, dude. Come on, don't be
Wait,
don't
would
be
that just be thrusting them into your crotch? Is that what that would be? Is that what that would entail? Oh, what an uncomfortable move. I don't know, for a guy, I think I would prefer to receive it than to dish it out, man.
I don't know, dude.
I'd rather be okay. I'll say this: I would rather a guy do a reverse devil's kiss on me, and I'm going directly into his crotch, than being the one delivering the devil's kiss, and his face is going into my crotch. What would you like to be receiving or delivering reverse devil's kiss, Sancho? Answer the question. Or let's go back to talk about Mexico.
Mexico.
Why
do people pay for this? Why?
A lot of them don't. They just wait for the free version. Because of this, probably.
It's just business. What do you want me to say, dude? I think it's what's par for the course, but it is interesting that Mexico is now people realize, there's a whole bunch of people living down there that have money that we want.
There's people. Yeah, but WWE hasn't paid attention to that market before. I think the stat is they haven't done because they're doing Raws and SmackDown there too. They haven't done a televised show, and even when they did it, it wasn't live. It was pre-taped since 2011. When Alberto Del Rio was their champion. So it is interesting that in those 15 years they didn't find value and trying to gain market share of the Mexican market. But then AEW starts working with CMLL, and they're like, oh crap, we're buying AAA. Okay, now we're going deep into the Mexican territory. It feels like it's been 0 to 60 all within the last 12 months when it comes to this like gold rush of the Mexican market, when it's been there forever.
It's the same play they're doing with the indies with the WWEID program. They're just trying to box them out as much as they can. If they can't beat them with in-ring talent in terms of just in terms of the quality of wrestler in their eyes, then they're just going to try to get every territory. It's the same play that Vince McMahon made way back in the day when he started eating up all the territories to make this big conglomerate.
Okay,
I think that's what they're doing again.
What's next? You got them buying AAA. Do you see them? Because we saw their partnership with Marigold in Japan. Like, do we see them doing something with Japanese wrestling to try and box out New Japan? Do we see them going back into Europe, expanding in there? What do you see?
I think they're gonna start. I think like what was it? MLW? What
MLW? Is that's another American one,
right? They could start messing up there. Clearly TNA is a part of that too, right? That's that secondary tier of wrestling that they want to put in their umbrella. I think that MX was it MXW?
The Indian one. Yeah. Yes, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I think that will be the next market because there's a lot of people in India and they've already tried to do that again. I know you know with
WXM is their name, by the way.
WXM, thank you. I think that is their next territory because there is some talented people over there.
Sure. Yeah, they got their fans call him that. I didn't come up with the name, but there is a lot of resemblance to Roman Reigns. It's Bollywood Reigns is the nickname that he has. He looks a lot like Roman. He really does.
They said that there's a PLE soon this month for them.
I think it's their first PLE. Yeah, I mean, I think it's an interesting thought of thinking maybe WWE going into places that provide a flavor of wrestling that they don't, like they did with AAA, Lucha Libre, Marigold, Noah, Japan, totally different flavor that they're offering in North America, and that could be the same with WXM. Maybe the play is going into different styles and flavors of wrestling and getting their foothold there, as opposed to more North American stuff.
To add to your theory, your game theory.
Shout out to Matt Pat, RIP.
I think as well is if you look at the notion of the soft ground wrestling. Remember that whole thing that was it Will Ospreay was the one that's got them the ring?
Yes.
And then for some reason they never got it. There was like a weird
They got one recently, I think from Cody, I think it was.
From Cody Rhodes. Yeah. Like, and now that's the story going forward. So I don't know, man. It kind of reminds me, you know what it reminds me of? Another big brand. Mickey D, brother, McDonald's. McDonald's has markets everywhere, and what do? They cater to their local market.
Yeah, it's so true. That is so true. That's one of the cool things to do if you're traveling. Like if you like McDonald's, something Sarah and I do is like when we were in Japan, we're like, we need to, what's on their menu that's only here, and we buy everything that's just Japanese exclusive. We're definitely going to be doing that when we're in Thailand, Singapore for our honeymoon. Yeah, that's a fun thing to do. It's true. They do have really unique things for different parts of the world.
You're going to like Thailand. I've been there. Where are you going?
We're going Bangkok, Phuket, and Krabi.
You should add Chiang Mai to that.
Yeah, a lot of people, we were going to, but the way that our trajectory worked, Chiang Mai was really out of the way. So we're trying to end purposely in Singapore because it's got a really major airport that can get us to Canada faster. So Chiang Mai was just too far out of the way, unfortunately.
Really cool stuff there, man. I had a great time. I liked it there. It's a good food, good people. Can't argue with that, man. Yeah. And we went to Muay Thai fighting. Yeah,
that's cool.
That's cool. At Tiger Stadium.
Badass.
Yeah, Tiger Stadium. We were betting on children at the beginning because they build up. They start with children, then they start with older people, and then. I don't know that's what the locals were doing. They were betting too. I was trying to be part of the culture. And my wife was having a good time, and then she would put because it was just blue and red, and she was like, blue, and then we don't know if we're winning. And she would just look at the guys. The guys like,
that's great.
But it's like it was like cheap, like nominal money when it comes to the conversion rate. So it was just a matter of fun, and it's like the kids were just sparring really. But then as it got progressively older, it was like, okay, these are trying to murder each other type of thing. But there's this one guy, I don't remember his name, but he moved his head like a snake because he was just do this. And I was just like, okay, man, this is cool. We bet on that guy. That guy.
Did he win?
No, he did not win. But at the same time, there is a lot of night markets that are really cool. The street night market's really awesome.
Nice. Oh,
but I wonder if there's wrestling over there. I know you didn't want to see New Japan when you're in Tokyo.
I don't care for wrestling when I'm on vacation.
Dude, go see an indie show. Don't
Why?
be a little...
No, I watch so much wrestling in my everyday life.
For your job, what about the child inside of you? What have you become?
Whether I be here, anything I ever gonna do it all the way. What else is there to talk about? Chad Gable. I mean, we kind of talked about Chad Gable there, and it being kind of like on the cusp. Do you like the apology tour that he's doing? Interesting to note, 4 apologies in 3 days. Roman Reigns, 0 apologies in 6 years of abusing his family members. I'm just going to point that out.
He said yeet. Roman said yeet. That's a big thing to do for the big dog to go yeet.
That's oh my goodness. You've become such a yeet merchant, Sancho. What happened to you?
I'm a leech now.
Yeah, you've become a merchant of Jey Uso in the bloodline when you used to be.
I don't know why everybody gets so mad at me.
Full of life.
I'm sorry. My job's just to read the tea leaves. That's all I'm doing. You think I would ride or die? I'm not a ride or die Roman guy. There's people out there that are ride or die Roman guys. You know what I'm talking about?
Those guys are scarier than than the like female wrestler stands on Twitter. Roman diehard fans are an interesting sort of people, I'll say that.
Yeah, because most of them are jumping onto the ship thinking that they run it right away. Like, oh, slow down. You haven't been here. You haven't seen bad Roman. You've seen the good Roman. That's where you jumped in the board. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like I was saying, I'm not a ride or die Roman guy. I'm just reading the tea leaves.
Ride or die Jay guy.
No, I don't think so. I have been conditioned this way, my friend. It's this like I've been whittled down. You ever seen the guy who kicks a rock around the world and he makes a smooth little perfect sphere?
That's cool.
That's me right now.
Oh, that's you.
That's me being kicked around, all my uniqueness and all my love and bright bubbly love turned into a rock of solid sphere, cold, calculated,
full of yeet,
just ready to bust.
Oh, Chad Gable's apology tour. I think it's such a great continuation. Like we said, like, are they going to actually pull the trigger on this? But there was no way to not have him be babyface after the speech, right? Like there
impossible.
Was absolutely impossible. Like, yeah, he was maybe the most dastardly heel that we've seen in a long time. If you followed the whole saga in AAA, what he did to Ojitos, what he did to Andrea, Pimpy, and it all came back to bite him in the ass in that match. And just beautiful, not just fan service for the sake of fan service, because you can say a lot of the WrestleMania 40 Bloodline rules was pretty fan servicey. This was earned payoff, like actual earned payoff. But by the time that the match ended, I think there was just so much admiration and respect for what Chad Gable went through and making garbage work ultimately, and that speech was so nice, and being there with the kid. Did you notice that his son unmasked himself at the same time that he unmasked himself? Just beautiful, beautiful tiny little details that just humanize him so well.
Just blood coming down his son's like, wait a minute,
kid's like, I'm not bleeding. It would have been impossible to turn him heel, but I will say I would have absolutely 100 expected it from WWE because of WWE's upside down world treatment of the El Grande Americano storyline, where they were doing the polar opposite of what they were doing in AAA. I expected him to come back being like, thank you, hey, Otis, you suck, hey, nothing's changed here. So it's nice. It's nice to see character progression and development. And I then now pose the question, are there more people that are kind of stuck in that like third tier that we were talking about that could maybe benefit from a run like this in AAA? under the creative booking of The
Oh,
Undertaker that could maybe be sent back to the main roster, rejuvenated
ooh, I
with a
like this
lot more fan
question.
excitement?
It's
Because
interesting because
we asked that a lot about NXT, but that's not the place
oh,
anymore. It's like it's
I have
AAA.
to, okay, like when you look at Judgment Day has a lot of aura down in Mexico. Wyatt Six got a lot of aura down in there, and then the War
Did.
Raiders immediately came back up to SmackDown. And go, we want your titles. I'm like, what are you doing here? When the War Raiders popped, I was like, we want the SmackDown title. I was like, okay.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, yes, have them. You could take them. No
These
one
are
wanted,
worthless.
yeah. All right, go ahead, dude. There's no problem. But yeah, when you look at it, that's a great question because obviously it's worked for Dom in spades, right?
Yep.
Huge, huge. I think that's given Dom like a vine that we always talk about to be able to swing to his next destination. Not like I don't want to do luchadors because I feel like that's a little too obvious, right? Because they obviously get that aura bump over there. I'm thinking. I know this is cheating because I said no luchadors, but Fraxium would be.
That was top of mind. Let me throw some names that I've been thinking for this
Throw them
topic.
out, throw them out.
And this one was actually my number one. Fraxium was my number two. My number one was Julia.
Julia is fooling ya.
Allowing her to work the Joshi style in Mexico, I think would work really well against the La Catalina, against the entire gambit that they have down there.
Yeah. La
Flammer, right? Fabi Apache.
Yeah.
There's some good names on there, or maybe even existing main roster members like Bailey loves working in AAA.
Oh
right?
yeah. Well, they love her down there, dude. Down in Mexico.
It feels like with Chad Gable, I think Chad Gable is the best example. Like he was allowed to wrestle at like 100% of his capabilities in AAA, as opposed to, pretty self-contained version on the main roster for the most part. And I think that is a lot of the complaints that Julia fans have, that they know they've seen what she's capable of. It's like, man, WWE Julia, like they're just not, she's fooling you. They're not allowing her to do her full thing. And I think in AAA, based on what we saw with Chad Gable, she would be perhaps allowed to do her full thing. And I do think that style of wrestling would be more respected and admired by the Mexican audience as opposed to the typical North American one.
Well, but you don't want to slow down Catalina's rise. I think that's their goal is to, get her going there and then bring her up to the main roster.
Yeah, but I'll also say that I feel like Catalina could use a yin to a yang, and I think that a Julia could be a good fit there.
I'm trying to think of other wrestlers.
I love Fraxium. I think Fraxium's a great shout for that.
I love that. How about Raquel?
Yeah.
Make her the La Reina out there, dude. Because she's ready on the main roster, but it's too crowded for her. Like, just look at her run at the Queen of the Ring qualifier. Dominating run, dude. And then her just throwing people around for a good chunk of that match and then coming in with the Tejana bomb. She looks like a megastar out there. And I didn't pick her to advance. And she dominated that match. And I think if you put her down in Mexico, let her, like a Trick Williams type of run, let her turn full-blown heel, let her run the yard like Trick did in TNA, let her find a new gear, a new character, a new layer. I think that would do a world of wonder for Raquel, dude.
I agree. I think
Raquel's
a great show.
La Ruda.
Okay. You said no luchadors, but what if we bring one back? What if we bring back, and stick with me here, his best friend, a consigliere of Sami Zayn. I can't. I'm fucking blanking on his name. El Generico.
Yeah.
El Generico. What if we bring back El Generico for a AAA run?
You know what you're giving me right now?
What?
You're telling me, like, I'm looking at a video package. You're telling me this is the best thing you're gonna get right here, brother. It feels AI in my mind.
It feels a little bit AI-ish, right?
You are giving me like the easiest slam dunk layup. You're like, hey man, all you gotta do is make a layup, you get $10,000. And I'm looking at that rim like, oh, that's it? I just gotta lay this up. Oh man, I want it now. I want it. Anything else, I will not accept.
The cool thing about doing El Generico is that is a guy whose story in AAA could end in a mask versus mask. It could. I wouldn't want him to lose though, because part of the magic is, that's part of the magic of El Generico. But it could end in a mask versus mask.
It would be a great opponent for Grande Americano.
Oh, that'd be a great opponent for El Grande Americano. It would be.
But what's interesting, Grande Americano, Único Grande Americano, is very... His wrestling style isn't what makes him great. It's him. Like, the entire package, what makes him great. So if we could get him to get a banger match like what he got versus Chad Gable or OG, and continue those type of banger to round him out, to not only give him the out-of-ring package grade A, but give him that in-ring grade A, that'd be awesome. But I would like to, as well, I know we're having fun playing like WWE going to AAA. I would like AAA to find their own talent again, like Mini Vikingo. I think continuing that maturation and then getting some people on the main roster as well. I think that's very important. It is interesting. You talk about being gun shy with bubble people, like, oh, they had this person so close, they had that person. Dude, they had Mr. Iguana on the cusp of something, and then they just got gun shy. Remember when he kind of made like a report or a tweet or something saying that he was on SmackDown? Like, he said something like out of line, that like he jumped the gun a little bit, and then all of a sudden he just stopped appearing on SmackDown.
Yeah. I mean, if they're gun shy with their own people, they're gonna be triple gun shy with AAA people. Get it?
I see what you did there.
You like it?
I see. Because you know what? Who's booking the main roster? Triple H.
It worked in so many ways. It was a very layered joke. Works because it was AAA, Triple H. Get it? Oh, dude, I was on my A game with that reference.
But guess what didn't work?
What?
And I'm gonna say this very gently. Danhausen, you tried to curse the Spurs. We were able to steal one in the Madison Square Garden in the heart of New York, Manhattan Island. We were able to get one with the President of the United States watching, with millions and millions of superstars and celebs at ringside. You were there, Danhausen. You were witnessing the alien up close and personal. Just please, you've already maxed out that cursed clout. It's amazing. You maxed out that. We warned you, Danhausen. You liked the clip, and you said, yeah, I like your idea. And you doubled down and you tripled down. You went there in Madison Square Garden and the Spurs beat y'all. So please, Danhausen, please lay down your arms, lay down those fingers, and don't curse us anymore, please, Danhausen.
Well, the thing is that, like, is there any proof that the curse works on aliens?
Did you see game 2 when Wemby got the rebound with 14 seconds left?
That was bad.
Tied games 114, and he just throws it off back of Stefan Castle. Like, well, what are you doing?
Castle absolutely should have been waiting for that. He was in the outlet position. So I actually blame Castle.
But at the same time, the Knicks are literally one bucket away from being down 1-2 in this series. Like, it's that close of a series. Game 1 was tied with 2 minutes left at 94-94. So I'm asking you, Danhausen, just focus on your gingerbread clone of the dead, undead, Baron Corbin, whatever you want to do it. please, you're giving me stress. You're giving me heartbreak already. And I'm still your fan. I am a Danhausen fan. But release the curse. I don't have any human monies. That's why I'm a guy on the internet. I don't have an OnlyFans. Please. Please.
Oh, Sancho. It's over for you guys. The curse has happened. There's no reversing it.
You know what you could do? You could put a picture of Danhausen and make it like a per Fightful thing, and Danhausen has cursed this person, and people would believe you.
Probably put. Well, I can't, man. I don't know what that was.
You got cursed. Speaking of which, what if it's that character, Danhausen, going down to AAA?
No. Here's the thing. I think Danhausen works specifically because he is around so many serious names on the main roster. It expands and it highlights the ridiculousness of the character. Meanwhile, I do think that in AAA, there's a lot of ridiculous characters. I think ridiculous characters are actually like the norm, right? They had Nino Hamburguesa there for a little while, Mr. Iguana, La Parca. There's ridiculous is normal there. On the main roster, ridiculous feels ridiculous, so it works more on the main roster. It stands out more on the main roster, in my opinion.
You ever got stuck watching ridiculousness for hours?
Just all kinds of shenanigans. I mean, I don't have kids. I'm sure you probably witness ridiculousness a lot.
No, we're talking about the MTV show.
Oh, I thought you meant like the literal act of being ridiculous. I'm like, I don't know. I guess I've seen people here or there be ridiculous.
My question for you, when you come down to AAA, is this a different relationship than TNA?
Yeah,
like of course it's more in-house, like they bought it. But do you see I do see that AAA has risen up to being their second brand?
Yeah, of course. I would say, yeah, NXT has definitely gone down on purpose. They've definitely dumbed it down to be more developmental. This is definitely their second brand. Yeah, this is obviously a much better position for AAA than like TNA. Like TNA just got siphoned for their talent, and they all went over to NXT to lose, and WWE talent over there to win. Like TNA, we talked about this. Their benefit was not status as a wrestling organization and as a look at our guys and how great they look on this TV show. Their win was landing a TV deal. That was their win. They got it.
You know, Mike Santana might come over to WWE too.
Yep. There are rumors that like he might even be main roster. I mean, he would get lost there. He'd get lost in the main roster. I think it should just be NXT. NXT needs names like a Mike Santana.
But if I was a Mike Santana, I'd be like, man, that seems like a sidestep though.
I mean, depends on the money. Maybe the money's more.
Because if you look at it, the people that called over, because I was thinking of this earlier, it's like Ricky Saints hasn't been booked like a winner. Sure, he's won one big match against Mello, right? But he was so close to winning this match at the qualifier. And I love that camera shot of Seth Rollins. Like
he was so good.
And Ricky's like, yeah.
It's such a great camera shot.
Right. And then Javon comes in and steals it. But for me, when you're looking at all that crop of wrestlers, even the Joe Hendry, Matt Cardona, we said this so many times. The dude's making bank. He doesn't care. And he's with his wife. But I always feel bad when he shows up because he's like, Matt, you're not going to win. Yeah. You're not going to win, bro.
What if they allowed him to be that indie god version, willing to go to war and bleed all over the place in AAA?
That'd be sick.
Be cool, right? Here's another name who was making the rounds. What about an Ilya Dragunov? We recently got word from Ilya Dragunov. Ilya Dragunov.
I haven't heard that name in a long time.
A lot of people haven't, because he's just been off of TV, no injury, just hasn't been
ever
used.
Since what happened?
Ever since Sami Zayn came in?
No, before that. Look at what happened at the Royal
when Brock Lesnar absolutely clowned on him and yelled at him
like
threw him out like a bitch, basically.
Yeah.
Wrestling Observer is saying that WWE sees Ilya Dragunov as nothing more than an interchangeable mid-carder. And that is... look, being seen as a mid-carder is one thing. Interchangeable. That's the part that's like... that stings. Because I do think that's just wrong. Because maybe my definition of interchangeable is different. Because I think of somebody interchangeable as somebody that like, yeah, somebody else or multiple people in the same division offer the same talent as you, offer the same style of wrestling as you. I think Ilya is one of one in his style of wrestling. I don't think anybody else can do it as well as he does. So I don't think he's interchangeable in that way, but I believe that WWE I genuinely believe that WWE sees him as interchangeable.
It just tells me that there is something else that's the issue there.
But like,
there's
what?
something
like what? What do you think?
It could be that he doesn't work well on TV, backstage segment, doesn't work well with writers that they have on the main roster. We don't know. We can only speculate because it's not in ring. It's not in ring. It's not what we see in the squared circle. It could be maybe that he doesn't want to do what they want him to do. It could be that he has bigger ideas. I mean, we've seen in wrestling talents like Miro. Miro doesn't want to put anything over and down in AEW now. He's Rusev. And I'm not saying Ilya Dragunov is that kind of cat, but you have to wonder, what is the issue? Why do they see him as a mid-carder when he was worked so well as an NXT? Is it Triple H doesn't see him as anything more, which is weird because he's like NXT adjacent and he understands what happens when an NXT superstar could flourish on the main roster. I don't know, dude. It feels like there's more to this than that. Like
I kind of agree that it does feel like there is more to it. We'll probably never know. You know, you had asked me, I think it was on last pod, you know, or maybe the 2 episodes ago, who would work well if they were to leave WWE and AEW. It's Ilya Dragunov. Imagine Ilya Dragunov working in that AEW locker room. Oof, it'd be insane what they'd be able to pull off. So tell the people some of the matches that you think, because I need to pee, because we're at that point in the show where old man Santi just can't hold it in anymore.
Santi likes to pee. Yeah, man. Like I just feel like Ilya Dragunov is someone that when it comes down to, I didn't watch him a lot in NXT. I've only seen the big matches, of course, the ones against Walter. You could argue, like, dude, this guy is like the perennial wrestler type. But when he comes down to AEW, I think he's just the ultimate toy. It's funny when they say interchangeable mid-carder. I think he's an interchangeable main eventer. He can wrestle any style that the AEW has, and I think that's what makes AEW great. AEW feels like UFC back in the day when they had just random body types fighting each other. True mixed martial arts. But when it comes down to AEW style, look at Swerve Strickland. Like Swerve Strickland could wrestle a Lucha Underground style against a Bandito, which was a fun match. And then he could wrestle a hard hitting style with like Kenny Omega. Then he could wrestle something like with Hangman. So when you're looking at Iliad, he could wrestle a luchador. He could wrestle Darby Allin. Like he could have those kind of matches, and he's willing to put himself on the line. But when I wonder is like, if I was Ilya Dragunov and I was given the keys to NXT Kingdom and I was promised the world in the main roster, and then my out was getting destroyed by Brock Lesnar, I think that's where there's that issue. That's what I mean. Like that, there's that underlying issue of him being pushed out that way. And I know him, like you got to have an ego when you're a superstar in the WWE. You got to have an ego to make it that far. Perhaps an all ego, but you would have to be like a little hurt, be like, what? I go out that way in the Royal Rumble and then I disappear for months and months and to do what? I mean, the dude came back from a catastrophe, like a bad knee injury, right? Like a very bad knee injury. And then for him to be given nothing after that.
He got the U.S. title, and it was fun. It was really fun. And then they moved on, which I think proves that they do believe to him as a nothing but an interchangeable mid-carder, and that hurts my soul. I don't know, man. I don't think it looks great here for the long-term viability of an Ilya Dragunov.
I do see in the future, if WWE does let him go, they're not going to be upset about it.
I agree.
It's not one of those, we can't let them go to AEW tough cats. They're like, okay, you want to go to AEW? That's fine.
It isn't a tale as old as time, though, now at this point, when it comes to people that flourish in in WWE that just don't work on the main roster or aren't allowed to work well on the main roster. I mean, we saw Tommaso Ciampa not that long ago leave WWE. I mean, we see Johnny Gargano still continuing to be a plank, even though I'm weirdly finding it very entertaining every time that he's on screen, as silly as it is. Andrade was another example of somebody that worked really well in NXT. Aleister Black, that they literally let go not that long ago. Karrion Kross. So, like, the list is unfortunately really long. So, if anything, Ilya Dragunov is just adding to a known statistic. This isn't out of the norm. It's just par for the course at this point, with how a lot of people that were at one point the face of NXT are all of a sudden not particularly the bee's knees when it comes to the main roster.
Do you see? It was on the tip of my mind, the Butcher and the Blade to come over. Because they were recently released. If the WWE was trying to get cheaper with their tag team division and they wanted to bring them in, I think they'd be a valuable. Like you get those guys, you get Enzo and Cass. I mean, you're slowly rebuilding the tag team, but at a cheaper cost.
It could be at a cheaper cost, but it doesn't get cheaper than just using the guys you already have, which is what they're doing. Just singles guy, tag team. That's what I think their mentality is going to be moving forward with the tag team division, not guys with tag team identity, because as cheap as they could be, Butch and Blade, they're still two individual salaries that they need to worry about, two individual, right? But that only provide one singular match, as opposed to these singles names like Montez and Seth. Yeah, we can put them in the tag team division and have singles matches that people care about. I unfortunately think that that's WWE's mentality when it comes to the tag team division.
Do you want to hear how broken I am?
I mean, you cannot be more broken than you've already shown, but tell me.
Do you want to hear my conditions on the
Yes.
Is this a safe place?
It always is, brother.
If LA Knight doesn't win Yeah in the Bank, I'm okay with him being a tag team champion with Matt Cardona.
Oh my God. You want the Knight Riders. Oh man, I think that's our new Heat order transition. That's just sad, brother. That is a sad life if that's where we've gotten.
It is my condition.
Oh man.
New Heat order. Oh, you leave, you son of a bitch. You stay there. You stay there. You stop right now. You stop your set wherever you're working out, listening to us, wherever you're working, your boss is telling you. You go, nah. I'm listening to the new Heat order. You understand? It's the buzz, the excitement. It's what we tune into every week. Did you ever figure out the names? Like why they get cut off? Did you talk to Patreon? Like, did you say we need our brain rot from our community?
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking now and I'm just looking to see if they're all cut off again. And unfortunately they are. No, we have not found out anything.
So how about your challenge is you create shorter names.
Shorter names, guys.
Shorter names. And you know what I noticed? We have a problem, an epidemic of Arbucks. And now there's multiple random people.
There's Groots. There's a Gibby. There is a Hodor. I've seen them all. And
Hodor, dude.
Yeah, we have a freaking Hodor now.
we can't get rid of him either because dude's gonna be there forever, until the time comes.
That's true.
And then he's gonna turn into hold the door.
Hold the door.
Oh, did that get you when you read in the books? What's that experience like when you read that in the books?
That hasn't happened in the books.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a show reveal.
How did that get you in the show then?
It got me in the show. It did, but so what's interesting for those, I mean, if you're listening to New Heat Order, you're here. There was a fan theory in the wikis from 2002. Somebody had wrote, wouldn't it be funny if Hodor is just constantly asking people to hold the door for him, but they won't, and now he's stuck in a loop of saying hold the door, and it sounds like Hodor. They said that in like 2002, and that became like a meme in the community. And then when it was the reveal that he actually was saying hold the door, it was kind of mind-blowing. It was mind-blowing, but like it's like, oh shit, somebody in the community actually came up with that in a way. But yeah, in the books, that hasn't happened, brother.
You think George's ears burn a little bit when you talk about him?
He must know, man. He must know whenever I'm talking about him. There's no way he doesn't. Because he keeps not releasing these damn books.
He orders the buzz excitement that we see on weekly television from Raw and SmackDown. And then, of course, PLEs. If you're not on TV, you're not in. Number 1, Chad Gable.
Okay. Yeah. I like the Chad Gable shout this week. Yeah.
Okay. Number 2, Yvonne.
Give me Javon. I would probably go Javon Oba Dom.
Okay. That was a great promo from Dom, by the way. Not afraid.
Respect the stash.
He's a 20-year veteran, the king of the luchadores. Not afraid, dude. But I like Dom. Like, it's fun when Dom's not afraid, and then when Dom gets scared, it's even better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
then he
nice.
Goes, I will be your daddy. He's like, no, you can't. You can't be my daddy. All right, number 1, we have Gable. Number 2, we have Javon. Number 3, we have Oba. Number 4, Dom. Number 5, any ladies? We didn't talk about a lot of ladies this episode. So Ruka was successful.
I like Raquel
winning
on SmackDown.
She looked great, dude. She looked fantastic. And we didn't talk about Liv.
I mean, what's the play there? Is it Liv and Raquel in the finals?
Yeah.
Do you find that? Do you find that interesting?
I find it interesting that they put Raquel over. Denise had a fun theory that she beats Raquel at Night of Champions, and then Raquel beats Liv at Night of Champions, and then Raquel chooses Liv for SummerSlam, rather than like Raquel.
It's not a
Liv
fun
going,
theory. That's the obvious theory.
Well, then Liv goes. It's a fun theory because Liv could go, "Oh, Raquel, I'm so happy you beat me. Now you could go face Rhea, and we could both be champions. Yay!" And then Raquel goes, "I choose you." Bam! Clothesline. Like, oh shit! Right?
Yeah, I like the theory. Somebody said something similar to that, but that Roxanne Perez is going to do everything in these semifinals to make sure it's Liv versus Raquel for the purposes of creating problems within the Judgment Day.
Oh, a sleeper agent?
A sleeper agent, yeah.
MY6. You ever played? Did you play a new James Bond game?
I have not yet, but I have it. I bought it, so I am going to.
You got to play it.
Yeah.
Why didn't you use what did you buy it on PC?
PS5.
PS5. Okay. If you bought it on Epic Game Store, you could use my code Sancho West. If anyone out there, code Sancho West on the Epic Game Store.
What do they get off?
They don't get it off. It kicks back to me a little bit. You know what I mean? Puts a little money in my pocket.
I don't get anything. You don't. They like 5% off. Nothing.
My happiness.
Well, we know your happiness is already gone after what we learned on this episode.
Help me. If we were doing that, the unique thumbnail would be me with a sad face on an island, and then you showing up on a raft. Number 6, or you as Wilson, or I'm your Wilson in the thumbnail. You know what I mean? That would make someone click and be like, "What is this topic about?" Number 6, LA Knight.
Yeah, I like LA Knight here.
You think we ever get LA Knight versus Adam Pearce?
No, I mean it's the same thing. How like, oh, when we're for sure gonna be getting Nick Aldis versus X person. I've been there too many times. We're for sure gonna get Becky Lynch versus Jessica Carr. They're not in. WWE's not interested in those matches.
All right. Any love for Sol Ruka this week?
Good match with Lyra Valkyria. I like Penta and Ray more. That's the thing.
Okay. Penta, Ray at 7?
Yes.
For surviving the Poison Rana? I almost poisoned myself.
Dude, that was a self report for sure.
Self Rana. Yeah, I saw someone in the vent. It wasn't me. Dude, those Among Us days during the pandemic were awesome, man.
That's good times. Good times.
One of my favorite clips that I got, Cypher PK, right?
Mm-hmm.
Big Fortnite guy.
Yeah.
So just a quick story. It's 3 crew members left. Cypher's the imposter, and it's me and this other guy. And it comes down to the last vote. It's literally, I needed to vote Cypher off, but for some reason I didn't trust the other guy. And I had 2 tasks to do. And so I quickly go up. It was on the ship. I go up and do the wires, and then I go down and I turn the little knob for oxygen. Anyway, Cypher is in the hangar in the cockpit with Punisher. Anyway, so Cypher starts jumping in and out of the vent to mock him, like, "Ha ha! I knew it. I'm gonna win." And because he does it, I had time to do my last task, and right before he was about to kill, and we win. It was the best throw ever. Yeah, I was like, yeah, because Punisher was mad. He's like, "Sancho, you gotta vote him out or we're gonna lose." I was like, "Trust me, I got this, brother. Don't worry." And it was a clutch.
That's
probably one of my best moments, dude. Best moments.
Nice. Good for you.
Thank you. It's good to get one over to the big dogs. You know what I mean? A little guy right here. Little guy. Get in. We got 9 and 10 available. Any love for Charlotte?
Have we said Oba yet? Yeah, we did.
Yeah, Oba's at 3. Any love for Rhea? I mean, interesting. Rhea injured, and they don't take the belt off her. But it's fine because she's going to be on the shelf until SummerSlam. Basically, I think at this point,
I would assume. Yeah, like if there's a time to get. There is a terrible time to get injured right before Mania. If there is a time to get injured, it's now. A whole PLE cycle where you don't need to worry about being the champion because it's King and Queen of the Ring.
Yeah. So, any love for who had a good match out of those? We got Dom. We got Oba. Weird Austin Theory coming out to slow down Seth Rollins, and in terms of like, because I was watching Monday Night Raw, I was like, "Where's the vision?" It's been weird. There's no vision, and out comes vision. It's like it felt weird, even though I get the feud, but it just felt weird. Any 9, 10. You got Ray, you got Chad. So there was a lot of banger matches
Yeah,
this
there
whole entire
were.
week. You want okay? Sol Ruka at 9. Sol Ruka at
Yeah,
9.
let's put Sol Ruka. I mean, Charlotte Flair is just getting major pops right now, man. One of the things about her, it's interesting. I feel like this is the first time she's organically over as a babyface, as opposed to like, you have to like Charlotte Flair because she's a babyface.
But I think it's cost her a sacrifice Alexa.
Sure. Yeah, but it's not the first time WWE has sacrificed a talent for somebody else.
Yeah, look at Ray and John Cena.
Yeah.
Ha! All right, here's your new order list. Number 11, Danhausen. Number 10, Charlotte Flair. Number 9, Sol Ruka. Number 8, Penta. Number 7, Rey Mysterio. Number 6, LA Knight. Number 5, Raquel. Number 4, Dom. Number 3, Oba. Number 2, Javon. Number 1, Chad Gable. Gracias. You notice he didn't do that at all?
Nothing. He's just a different man. Different man.
He's cut. He has a documentary that he put on his YouTube, taking the Karrion Kross route, making his own.
Oh, that's cool. I gotta watch that. I haven't seen it.
About his recovery. I wonder if did you see Logan's doc about him getting injured?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, that video is insane. That vlog that he did. It was that vlog that I thought, man, I wish the WWE explored more of this, because it's Logan doing it. The content creator in him is being able to create this narrative for himself and generate that. And I was like, why doesn't the WWE explore more of this content creator type of way of displaying it? Sort of like, what if they do have a feud and they do have a vlog on their YouTube channel, like something like that kind of style?
He does kind of do that, like with his storylines and his vlogs. He does kind of advance the storylines and feuds, but there's not real great interwoven connection between his vlogs and what's happening on TV.
You know, because it's always post. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what I mean, it's like what if we saw? I don't know. Like, what if they created like a vlog type series for like Sol Ruka or something? Like, let us hear her story. Let us get behind. Like, if she can't tell her story in the ring on a promo, if she's great in ring, like let us get behind her vlog.
Well, I think that's the talent needs to do it on their own, right?
That's what I was gonna say. You and I know content creating is a beast. For example, quick story. I did a self audition tape here, which I got a call back for. You know,
nice.
Auditioning for a thank you, short movie. And the notion of setting everything up, the green screen, the lighting, the boom mic, the different just style of doing content rather than sitting here turning things on or streaming, because I have that all turnkey. It just required more steps and required my brain to work differently. And it was harder for me to make that adjustment and get into a different mode. And I think that's what it is for wrestling. And not everybody could be a vlogger or a content creator. No one knows how to yap and make it interesting on a daily basis like that. And I think that's what makes Logan stand out when he does it, because he's been doing it for years. And so when someone like an Austin Theory is like, oh, I'm a influencer, and you're like, we don't buy it because it's not you. But then when you look at a Speed, for example, when Speed comes in as a content creator, he pushed that entire Mania match by himself. A lot of like Jay and Jimmy didn't do anything. LA Knight only was part of it because he was on Speed, but Speed sold everything in that Mania match. So that's what I'm wondering, if the WWE could capitalize on the vlog style and presentation. I think they could capture more of the younger demographic is what they're going for, versus this traditional way of telling a story with backstage segments and vignettes and things like that. Just want to put that out there in the ether.
Yeah, I think there's just so many with a major organization like that. You know, I don't think that you can just like, I'm gonna do a day in the life of vlog, because it probably has to go through all of their channels, all of their checks and balances, and then it loses the identity of it being a self-created piece of content, and it does become like a production. And I do think that's where Logan Paul comes in, because they probably don't touch his vlogs. But I bet if a Sol Ruka wanted to create a vlog, they'd come in and WWE it, WWE-fy it.
Because I think that's what they were trying with Kevin Owens and his promos in his car. Yeah. They're trying to give it a little bit of an edge to it. Did you like when Ricky Sane says that? An edge? Don't talk to me about an edge.
All right. Well, folks, thank you guys very much for watching this episode of the Wrestling is Cool podcast. A special bonus extra thank you goes out to our $15 patrons. Again, if your name is too long, the new Patreon update prevents me from reading it all, so I apologize. So thank you goes to Pinche Ads, Go Away, Toasty, Ayo Salguero, Acknowledge the, Active D4C, Aiko, Abrim Zuda, Alex Regal, Alex, Alfie the Chosen One, Amalek, American Nightmare, and That's the Last Bite, Tyler, Andy Valdez, Anthony Blaze, Antony, Arbox, Right Nut, Arix, Ariel Pacheco, Arrogance, Arturo Gonzalez, Ashley Rennell, Ozzy Kingslayer, Alwyn Dargan, Avada Wepa, Baldy, Be Hostile, Big Cat, Big Mex, Blenda, Bluefish, Brad Davis, Braden Primo, Brandon Barger, Brandon Diamond, Brody Cyphers, Bubba Moore, Bubba the Big Fella, Bunny Swag, Cameron Waring, Cameron Talks WWE, Carlito, CB, Chad, Chainster, Chandler Swinford, Cheeto, Chi Town Boy, Chris Butner, Lucas, Christian Anderson, Christopher Ramsey, Chucky Gonzalez, Clayton Walford, Colby Mayo, Cool Whip Tim, Corey Lyles, Crispy, Damian Martinez, Dan Schubert, Dan Squiggles, Death Taxes, and Derek Barnhart, Devin Newsom, D. Lopez, Dominic DeCoco, Drake Hughley, Eagle Steve, Eddie Leahy, Egg Toast, El Juande, El Joshi, Eli Drake is all, Eli Parker, excuse me, Elmer Rodriguez, Erdem Yasu, Eric Schrader, Eric Reese Romero, Everybody Loves, A. Brock, God, Isatch, Thy King, Fletcher Walpole, FMFCMA, Foster JK, Freddie Trejo, Freelance Hot Takes, Frenzy Wrestling, Freezer, Fugnux, Gavin Talks About, Gibby the, Gilbert Deans, Gingerbread Man, Godspeed, Goonhausen, Goose Lesnar, GXA Man, Harrison is Better, Heath Robertson, Henry Volpole, Hey Shakes, I can't think of a... Man, this Patreon update really killed the magic of having long names, huh? Ian Keltz, Magic. Issa says Soul being champ before Roxy is, I don't know. It's Mista, it's Astro Kid. I've got Soul and Santi tickled my snatcher. Jack Gilby. Jack Harris, Jacob Saffold, James Armin, Jasu, Jason Flint, Javier Rodriguez, Javier McDuffie, Jeremiah Alston, Jeremiah Finley, Jeremiah Kelly, Jahihi, Joe Benitez, Joe Exotic, Joe Velez, Joey Romig, Joey Wrestling 86, Jonathan Cox, Johnny Owens, Jordy Marte, Jose Olivares, Joseph Samper, Josue Navarro, Juan Vega, Juliana Sarfi, Julian Wainwright, Justin Perkins, Caleb Martin, Kevin Vega, Kevin Clark, Kilo, Kobe Kohler, Cody Barker, Christopher Gutierrez, Kyle Hart, Lawrence Richard, Liam, Life of Brian, Lil Shifu, Look, It's Pac-Man, Wepa, Luis Jimenez, Luisito Calvo, Luke Star Gaming, Madison Moody, Majed, Manny Benegas, Marnie YCSM, Martis Taylor, Mason, Matthew Oberg, Mackay, Michael Murname, Miguel Paredes, Minoru Suzuki is goated, Muhammad Albanai, Nate Finley, Nemo, N. Freezy, Nicholas Protopapas, Nicholas Kyle, Nicholas M. Daskvich, NyQuil Pad, Noah, Odin Sword, Old Man Rican, Oliver Hammonds, Oscar M's, OV1 Kenobi, Pat R, Pat McMark, Frody, Prince Vegeta, Puppets Banker Johnson, Raiders for Life, Randomly Chosen, Rangadog, Rainier Neko, Reaper God, Red Hot Wepa Peppas, Ricky Dutcher, Rose City Savage, Robbie, Roy Alexander, Ruben from McDonald's doesn't approve of Oba, Ryan Halberg, Ryan Munez, Ryan Spradley, Sadie Brink, Salty Dad, Sami Zayn versus Triple H's water bottles. Sancho,
he looked at that water bottle and just
dude, he got it good. He got it real good.
He got it real good.
Sancho added Johnny Sins to the Glaze Factory. Sancho calls Dan Housen Dan Hausig. Sancho does donate to charity out of guilt, though. Sancho said Oba is the reason why power. Sancho said Oba will fall from grace. Sancho Tongan death grip my throat tussie. Sancho is batty with a fatty. Sancho said Oba's favorite Game of Thrones character is Joffrey. Santi Wesson, Sancho Zap, in an alternate universe. Sauce God, Savage Field, Ska Rico Gaming, Shane, Sean, Sheldon Hickman, Shitsi Nakamura, Shizzle my nizzle, Santi. I haven't heard somebody say shizzle my nizzle in so long. Sir Goonzalot, Skylar Bashir, Slayer, Smag, SNES, Stay True, Sugar Shane, Sugar Malachi Galaxy, the May community. That's why we do what we do. The Bay community. The Patriots own the Chargers. Vanilla Joe Rilla, the LA Knight, Mega Glazer, Jacob Kufis, Final Boss, Bloodline Rules, Tim Payne is the GOAT, Tom Dodd, Tongan Dick Grip Match, Tonio Sison, Trevor Harder, Tribal Chief versus Knight for the Ufa Lafayette, Tristan Repko, Turner Dahl, Ty Jones, Tycho, Tyler Bouchard, Tyler Brandt, Tyler Logan, Tyler McGarry, Unknown Zero, Utah Beach, Venom D, Tyler, Verdzo, Voidsy, Juan Pablo the Third, Wayne Heiser, Wayne 082, We Jerkin. There's more to that, but that just says We Jerkin, then it gets cut off. White Mexican, Why Does, Wicked Bagman, William, Riesling, Zax Mira, y'all were. This page is really bad. Yo Girls Side, York V2, Zach Griffin, Zach Holdwick, and Zay2K. Thank you guys for watching and listening to this episode of the Wrestling is Cool podcast. I'm going to ad lib here for the next 30 seconds because in 30 seconds we'll officially reach 2 hours and then you guys can't complain that the pod wasn't over 2 hours. We got like...
John Cena. John Cena.
Yes.
Learn to find ways and get help to begin to shed or work past the little and larger emotional things that weigh you down. A lighter backpack can allow for more nimble travel through life.
Ooh. Oh, woo! And with that note, I think we're going to end it there. Goodbye, everybody. Take care. Be wonderful people. And goodbye.